Okay, I'm going to try actually a 30-minute game. So this video is probably going to be quite long. Could be up to an hour. But we'll see. Minimum rating 1200, that's probably good. Up to a maximum of 200 plus my rating, I think that's what that means. So let's try 30-minute game. It just gives me more time to think and to calculate lines. So I go down 55 if I lose this. If I win, I got 40. My 30-minute rating is 1379. Okay, let's go in for maybe a Queen's Gambit declined if he plays c4. He seems to be playing this like a 10-minute game. So bishop f4. What do I do about that? What is the idea? I don't know. He's got pressure on c7. Knight c6. Knight c6 seems reasonable to attack his center pawn, although it is defended by the queen. But it gets a piece off the back rank. He defends it again. Okay. So I don't know. I'm not really familiar with this. So there's plenty of time. There's no need to rush. Okay. So I want to get my c8 bishop developed without blocking in my pawns. I get a nice position going. Bishop f5 seems reasonable. It targets c2. There's no need to play anything like knight b4 at the moment. Okay, so knight f3. Locking down on e5. So it looks like I'm not going to get to play e5 anytime soon. Okay. So how about e6 instead? e6 instead. Holds my center. He's preparing g4. He's really playing this quite quickly. He's preparing g4, so maybe I'll actually just prepare to tuck my bishop away on h7 immediately. It's also worth noting, if he does play g4, f3 will become weak. Quite weak. So I'm in a pin. Knight's in a pin. So what is my knight controlling? e5. He wants to remove control of e5. It seems. I don't really want to have my pawns to be wrecked by the capture. So is knight e7 possible? Knight e7. We'll go for knight e7. I could develop my other bishop with g5. I cannot play g6 because of g4 by white, and I lose a piece. So I need to play g5 if I want to do that. I don't understand. He's probably preparing b4. Giving my knight less room to move. Put a question to this bishop? I think so. I don't like that bishop there on b5. Okay. It's not too bad. Right, queen d7. Queen d7, looking at castle queenside to get out of that pin. Should I just castle queenside? Yes, I'll castle queenside. So he really is playing this like a 10-minute game. So knight b3. Perhaps he wants to bring his knight into c5. And if I play b6, then a6 is weak. So I probably need to play king b7 or something similar. So is b6 weakening? What happens if b6? Maybe he's trying to provoke me to play b6. I'll play it anyway, I think. b6, queen e2. I don't know, e6, queen e2, queen e2, king b7. Am I holding this position? I can always play rook d8. Alright, let's do that. Let's keep that knight out of c5. And also potentially out of a5. Yes. So that's the idea. Although that's not bad. I just need to move my queen back. Also, yeah, the only move is queen e8 or knight takes f7. Queen e8. I think that's the only move. Play it. Still not in trouble with my knight. That bishop is almost about to be trapped, actually. b5's a threat. What's he do about b5? Nothing. Although if I play b5, bishop takes, a takes, queen takes, he's got 2 pawns for the piece, and my king's safety is in question. Is my king going to be okay? How do I defend? Let's just think about this. b5, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Where's the defense of my king? Knight takes. Opens up an attack on the queen, and if check, then king d7. I don't think there's much. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for b4. So we're going to end up with a queen on b5. Also c2 is going to be under attack once the queen captures on b5. So this isn't bad for him, really. He's going to get 2 pawns for the piece, and my king's safety is a little bit in question. I definitely think taking on e5 is necessary to give my king somewhere to go if checks happen, and they probably will with the queen. Oh, I didn't consider this. What is this? Yeah, he's getting more pieces in. I've just allowed knight c5, that's right. So this is problematic. What to do about this? He's doing that to try and get his bishop out. He's going to have knight and queen around my king. I now don't think it's worth capturing on a4. I think I should leave him. I'll let him save that piece. He wants to prevent my king from coming to d7. Okay, I'll take here, I think. Then, if given the chance, c6. Just lock it up a bit. Queen would have to maneuver on the dark squares. I don't know if he's going to recapture. I wonder if he's got something up his sleeve here to break open. No, okay, he just recaptures. So now c6, or my king's going to get destroyed. Oh, he's got knight takes a6. Okay, queen c6. Queen c6. Okay. I think I'm convinced by queen c6. I want to protect my king more than win material. So I've allowed bishop b3, but that's okay. Now I've got my king a little bit safer. Now if I can somehow maneuver my pieces around to get rid of that knight, I might be okay. Like this, attacking his bishop. I think this is reasonable. Because now I'm threatening to play knight takes e5, and then if he captures with the pawn, I take the knight for free. That's the threat. But what is he threatening? Is he going to retreat the knight to, I suppose the only place is to go back to d3. Retreat the knight to d3. And then if I take on e5, immediately he recaptures with the knight. So I take the knight with the bishop. If he captures with the queen, I don't know, he might even capture with the pawn to reinforce his center, to have more pawns in the center. So knight, I'm expecting knight to d3. I'll take that knight off with the, ooh, okay. So let's go over this again. Knight takes e5. Just seems to win a piece. Knight takes e5 seems to win a piece. Queen takes or bishop takes? I think queen takes, because then I've got, I maintain some pressure on c2 with my bishop and queen. But what threats does he have after queen takes? After d takes e, queen takes c5. He's probably realized that he's left a knight in pre. That he's just losing a piece. So that's unfortunate for him. So one lesson from this is if you play a half-hour game, you should. It's not always a good plan to try and be up on the clock. Time is definitely a factor, but when you've got so much time, moving fast is not always the best idea. And it seems that he's just missed this tactic, which is actually a pretty simple tactic to see. And actually, is he losing a piece? He's losing a pawn, not a piece. Actually, there's just knight c4. Knight c4. And yep, I'm happy with knight c4. It's got pressure on b2. I maintain my piece, so I'm up a piece, and I'm threatening to simply play bishop takes c5 and to win a pawn. And if he captures with the bishop, then surely that's good for me. And if he captures with the bishop, I wonder how I should recapture. If I recapture with the b pawn, then I'm giving myself an isolated pawn, which is not good. However, if I recapture with the d pawn, then I've got use of the semi-open d file. So I think actually capturing with the d pawn, is his knight going to retreat? In fact, capturing with the d pawn means his knight can't retreat. Capturing either way, no, capturing with the d pawn is the answer here, because now his knight is dead, and I'm just going to win a piece. I'm going to win a pawn as well as the piece, because his knight's got no safe places to move to. Unless, no, b4, I just take. b4, I just take. So, well, at the very least I'm up a piece. So there is no b4 because I capture c takes b en passant. Okay, so what does he do here? He needs to get some sort of counterplay for being down a piece. I don't know what though. Yeah, actually queen h5 could be interesting. Or not really. Just bishop g6. Although that would actually watch over the knight again. That's not convincing to me. So no, I don't think queen h5 is on this position. It's bishop g6, but he watches over the knight. I still can capture with the bishop. Actually, yes, capture with the bishop. Okay, he's just allowing me this capture, and I think I'm going to take it, unless there's anything better. This bishop's actually probably my good bishop, but I'll trade it off anyway to open up the position. I really like this d file. This d file looks like it's going to be very nice. So now rook d7, and I can double up on the d file, maybe even. No. Oh, actually, maybe even rook d3? Is rook d3 possible? Yeah, I think so. Rook d3. It castles kingside. Oh, that just allows me to play bishop to d3. Bishop d3, and I win the exchange. Is there anything better? I don't see anything better. Let's go bishop d3. So, what queen moves? Does he have? He's got. Yeah, so queen h5. He's on f7, but I can just play. In fact, he's just left that piece in pre. Okay, so this is what can happen when you're under heaps of pressure. You can make terrible blunders like that. So he missed that his queen wasn't protected, and now this is game over. I'm up a piece and a queen. And I suspect he's going to resign very soon, or not resign, as the case now is clear, not resigning. Okay, what about queen to g6? I don't really want to give him any counterplay, even though I'm up a lot of material. Breaking down this e5. Let's try and break down these pawns. Although I probably should have considered rook e8 first before playing e5. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. No, it's not. So if he doesn't take, then I just take with the e pawn. Okay, if he doesn't take, if he plays something like, oh, if he plays g3, I can just take on h3, and his king's in serious trouble. If he takes on e5, I take with the queen. If what? He pushes, I just capture on f5. My bishop's watching over f1, so there is no rook f1 to attack the queen. And now he see he made some fast moves in the first 10 or so moves of the game. His moves were fast, and he was up. His time was up about 5 to 6 minutes in time, and now time is almost evened out. So he's wanting counterplay, and how am I going to deal with this? Just, I think, king b7. King b7 takes, king b6. No, king b7 takes. The only square he can go to is a5. He can double. In fact, even just, I'm not sure what I'm talking about here. Even just c6 actually isn't that good. What do I do about this? If I push, I think that seemed to be a good move. Surely I can defend this. Okay, what about e4? e4. I defend the b5 pawn. You know, I'm not really concerned either way, no matter what I play here. Okay, I'll play king to b7. If takes, I'll take on b5 with the a pawn, and he doesn't have any entry points with his rook apart from rook a5, in which case I will play rook d a8. Rook d to a8. Oh, well, just rook to a8. I think regardless of what he does now, my next move will be rook to a8. Okay, so what are his in this hopelessly lost game for white? What are his best moves? Rook a3. What's the idea with rook a3? I don't know, but I think I might just contest this rook. I think this is the best move. I'm up lots of material. In fact, this is forcing off the rook. So rook has got nowhere to go. This forces at least one rook off, which is what I want. So his last move was a bad one. For him, because he's down lots of material. When you're down lots of material, you want to do your best to keep the little material you have on the chessboard, and that's what I believe. And I'll play rook a8. Now this rook's going to come off. It's absolutely forced. This rook's coming off. So now I don't know why he's continuing to play. Okay, good game. Another 30-minute game? Not at the moment. Has left the chat. Okay. Alright, so that was interesting. Quickly have a little look. I was expecting c4, it didn't happen. Bishop f4. I might need to look up this line. I've never really... I think I've seen it before, but I just don't know what it is. If you would like to tell me what this is, then that would be nice. I would like to know. Played knight c6. I thought, alright, I'll just get a piece off the back rank, and he over protects d4. So far, so good for white. I think it's not too bad for me either. Bishop f5 just seems natural, just to get my bishop out before playing e6. So now I play e6. I was really expecting g4, but it didn't happen. I played h6 expecting g4, but instead he plays bishop b5. My knight's now pinned, so knight e7. What was the point of that move? I was thinking b4 to deprive my knight from going to a5. I don't know. I'm not really sure. So I put a question to that bishop, and then I unpin my king. My castle. Knight's coming in. I made the assumption it's coming into c5, so I played b6. I thought this was bad, but it's not. Queen e8's the only move. And what did I do here? b5. Yep, and the bishop's trapped. Now this was interesting. So if I captured on a4, I'm sure queen takes a6 here is going to be pretty bad for me. It's going to be leading to mate. Surely it's leading to mate. So taking. The knight g. Oh no, not knight g6 yet. Queen c6 defends. What does it defend again? It defends a6, and it was a multi-purpose move because I didn't want to play c6. I remember this move being a multi-purpose move, serving two tasks. And what was it? One was to protect a6. I didn't play c6 because of protecting a6, right? So I wanted to protect all these pawns. I guess that's what it was. Bishop b3. Now this tactic, which he missed, of capturing on e5, this just means I win a piece. And c4 is perfect for my knight. He takes it off, a recapture, and I get the d file, and I win the rook, and I win the queen. So he saves the rook. I think king b7 is right here. I think it's right. Simply to play rook d8. Here I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting more along the lines of rook a5. Because at least if I played king b6, he could always play rook back to a1. But definitely rook to a3 is bad because of rook a8, and I'm forcing off some rooks. And of course that last move, rook to a1, is just as bad, which forces off 2 rooks. And that was the end of the game. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something from this game, and I certainly did, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Thanks, see ya.